Hi everyone, this is Monisha, MC for the day. Good afternoon. The Student Council of Guru Sri Shanti Vijay Jain College for Women, associated with Rotary Club of GSS Jain College for Women, have organized an event to spread the awareness on women in social transformation. I feel honored to host today's event. I extend a warm welcome to everyone. A day without a prayer is a day without a hope, and a life without a prayer is a life without a power. I believe an auspicious event must begin with a warm prayer. Let us join our hands together and get ready for the prayer.
ॐ नमो वरिहन्ताणम् ॐ नमो सिद्धाणम् ॐ नमो यर्याणम् ॐ नमो मच्छायाणम् नमो नोये सहसाहुणम् तेषो पञ्चमुखारो सर्वपापनाशनो मङ्गलाणं च सप्रेषिं परमं भवै मङ्गलम् परमं भवै मङ्गलम्
Now, I call upon Padmini from 2nd BCS General Secretary Student Council to give the welcome address.
A beautiful smile is the best universal welcome. A very happy afternoon to everyone. On behalf of the Student Council and the Rotaract Club of Guru Shri Shanti Vijay Jain College for Women, I, Padmini Suthar, pursuing BSc in Computer Science second year, General Secretary Student Council, feel immensely delighted to welcome you all to today's live webinar entitled Women in Social Transformation, which is organized for the International Women's Day celebration. I welcome our respected Principal Ma'am, Dr. M.K. Malati. Welcome, ma'am. I welcome our Honorable Secretary and Correspondent, Sir, Dr. Gautam P. Ved. Welcome, sir. My special and heartful welcome to our today's guest of honor and speaker, Srimati Subhadra M. Karthik, Advocate, Civil and Criminal Law at Madras High Court. Welcome, ma'am. We are grateful to have you here. I welcome the faculty members from various departments. I welcome the Rotaract Club members. My warm welcome to the audience who have joined us live across the city. Eventually, I once again welcome everyone.
Thank you, Padmini. Now I call upon Harita B from 3rd BCom General Shift A to read a profile of Rotractor Rotarian Subhatra ma'am.
Good afternoon, all. I'm Harita, pursuing third year, BCom General, Department of Commerce, here to deliver the profile of Subhatra Marimuthu ma'am. Subhatra Marimuthu ma'am, her education schooling at PSBB and studied BA BL Horns at School of Excellence in Law. Work background, practicing civil and crime law at Madras High Court. Art background, Subhatra Marimuthu ma'am is a Bharatanatyam artist, has learned Bharatanatyam for 2 decades under the able guidance of her Guru Kausalya Srinivasan. She has also performed at Guruvayur, Kapaleshwarar Temple, Tiruchendur Muruga Temple, Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple, etc. From being just a dancer, she transformed into her professional teacher in 2007, immediately after completing schooling. Amrita Varshini Dance Company, where she teaches dance for free of cost not only to underprivileged children but for students from all walks of life and provides a platform for interested dancers to nurture their talent and provides opportunities to perform in a group. Awards of recognitions received. Title Natya Priya for Excellence in Bharatanatyam from Priya Vision, Young Achiever Award for Dance from Rotary Club of East Coast, Young Achiever Award for contribution to development of arts from Yuva Shakti, a youth welfare organization. Rotaract background, Chartered Secretary and past President of Rotary Club of Madras Mount, Active Rotaractor for 12 years and has held various posts in District Rotaract Council and served as the First Lady District Rotaract Representative in the year 2016 to 17, awarded the prestigious Outstanding District Rotaract Representative of Rotaract South Asia 2016 to 17 at ROAR Awards 2017. Overall, she is a dancer, lawyer, past DRR, and public speaker who has a passion to develop youngsters to focus on bigger picture and being the best version of themselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Harita. Without further delay, let's get into the session. Now I request our guest and the speaker of the day, Rotractor Rotarian Subhatra Marimuthu ma'am, to take over the session. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, MC, for the day, Monisha, and my respect to the principal and correspondent of GSS Jain College. It's always an honor and privilege to be a part of an event of GSS Jain College. I have been attending several events for the last decade, and especially being invited to speak in Women's Day week, it's an honor beyond words. And my greetings to the General Secretary of the Student Council, Padmini, and the Rotaract President, Rotaractor Harita, and office bearers of both the clubs and committee, and everyone, all faculty coordinators, and my dear sisters of the Rotaract Club of, and the students of GSS Jain College. Today, in a world where women are celebrated for so many things that we are so good at doing, and today in a world where a major percentage of men actually accept us as equals, and most of them actually call us even better in so many things that we do. So when I chose the subject social transformation, one of the reasons I chose this subject, my dear friends, is because we cannot keep fighting the same war every 10 years. The cause has to change. The beneficiary has to change. The reason for believing in something and fighting for it, the cause keeps changing to the changing world. So 30 years back, women were fighting for equal pay. Women were fighting for a chance to explore fields which women were not allowed. 20 years back, women were fighting to ensure that the marriage age is extended, that women who are not married at the age of 24 or 26 are not frowned upon. And 10 years back, one step further, women were fighting to ensure that they can have a work-life balance, that they can be both a strong working woman as well as a family runner. That is the kind of battle that every 10 years, some reason or the other, with the development, the reason to fight for our right and equality, the reason keeps changing. And that's what life is all about. So, what is this decade's goal? That is something that I always find very, very fascinating to speak about. And I feel that this decade should be about women encouraging women. Because I, for one, and most definitely, if you disagree with me, you can take it as my personal opinion. But some part of you will know that what I'm saying makes actual sense. Sometimes it's always women who actually don't support each other. And let me give you a very, very simple example. The next time you go to a wedding, please note carefully. How many of your aunts are there just to tell you that the color you chose to wear is not the right choice for you? How many of your aunts will come and say your makeup is too much? Or some aunts will say your makeup is not good enough. And some aunts will be there just to say that you're not wearing too much jewelry. Or there will be some aunt who says the jewelry you're wearing is way too much for the occasion. Do you think you're the bride? No. Why are you so dressed up? Oh my God, why do you look like you've come to work here? Why can't you just dress up nicely? These are the common words that you have definitely heard at some wedding or funeral or some function in your family. It's always people who are waiting to put you down, who are waiting to give you, in the name of constructive criticism, they are basically trying to convey some unnecessary information which is of absolutely no use to you. This is a practice that is going on for so many years, that in a world where we have started developing ourselves, increasing our soft skills, we've started developing skills to make sure that in this big bad world of competition, we find a specific spot for ourselves and do not let go. In that world, these are the small negative things that can totally put you down. And in a world where social transformation is of utmost requirement, first and foremost, the transformation begins with supporting each other. I told about aunts at weddings, right? Let me just get something closer to home. How about friends in a classroom? How many friends actually wait for the chance to come and say that this earring doesn't suit you? I don't think you should be wearing that color. That color makes you look fat. This color makes you look dark. All these people who think that freedom of speech and expression is about having the freedom to go around telling people all the things that they are flawed at. How about you start things in a kinder way, where you start using words like, oh my god, that's a nice choice of color. You don't have to say it doesn't suit you. You can just say it's a nice choice of color. So that's how you can just be polite, you can be nice. And there are people who say there is absolutely nothing wrong with conveying your thought. I do not disagree. Definitely, you're the kind of people who go around sharing all false information on Facebook and WhatsApp and creating panic and creating unnecessary unpleasantness. I have nothing to say to you. But if you want to be a person who is in the path of development, if you want to be a person who, if you walk inside a room, every single person in the room, their face will light up seeing you, because you're a person who gives away warmth, who you're a person who spreads joy, and you're a person who definitely ensures that everyone around you is happy. If you want to be that kind of an extraordinary woman, what you need to embrace is supporting each other without putting each other down. Yes, just because you don't put your friend down doesn't mean someone else is not going to. But you can never be the person who's protecting everyone. All you can do is ensure that positive energy spreads around everyone. Because, friends, social transformation is merely a reconstruction of all aspects of life. If you Google social transformation, the literal meaning is reconstruction of all aspects of your life. So, the important thing, first and foremost, is admitting that there is a part of you which can be changed, a part of you which can be slightly modified so that it will become the best part of you. In this, I have spoken several times, and I always love to repeat this point. It is extremely important to find out what are your flaws. Friends, you have to remember one thing. Even people who don't like you, they know what you're good at. Okay? The enemies, the negative energies, they all know what you're good at. But the one you're concealing is the things that you're not good at, right? You're trying to suppress it as much as possible. You're not good at handling high pressure situations. You're not good at speaking in front of the mic. You're not good at communicating what is in your mind. You're not good at waking up early. You're not good at going to sleep early. You're not good at this. You're not good at that. All these things, maximum only your mom and you know, right? I mean, your mom's the greatest secret keeper. While walking outside, all she says is nice things about you. Only inside the house, she says all the things that she wants to say. But the moment you start embracing the flaws that you have, the moment you start focusing on the flaws, you never know, my dear friends, it's the flaws which will make you a flawless person. Sounds quite ridiculous, I know, but the truth is, the moment you accept your flaws, the moment you admit that, say, take me for example, what makes Shubhadra her, what makes her unique? I am a very sensitive person. The moment someone in a social gathering says something unpleasant, inevitably it will show on my face, be it in court, be it in dance, be it in any aspect of my life. The moment things get unpleasant, I get uncomfortable. And what I end up doing is, initially I used to start avoiding such situations. I used to avoid weddings once I crossed 25 years, because aunties will start pressuring my mom, where is the groom for your daughter? And I used to be like, I will get married on my terms. I cannot get married because society wants me to get married. At the same time, if you are ready to start your life, no age group should be a barrier as long as you're a major, as long as it's legal. But it should not be because someone else wants you to. It should be because you want to do something. So, in such, coming back to the awkward social situations, I always used to be a person who just cannot handle pressure that way, who cannot handle negative energy that way. More importantly, I'm a person who used to start crying even before a situation gets worse, sensitive, unpredictable, irritable. These are some of the things that I actually used to have a lot. And the more I tried to suppress these flaws, it started piling up. And the moment when it breaks, that situation wouldn't have been that bad, but my reaction to it will become so bad because I had already suppressed so much. So, the important thing that I learned in my early 20s, which I hope 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds today itself can learn, is don't hide who you are. Okay. Express it and start modifying it in a more suitable manner, which makes you more pleasant. Now, when I get sensitive, I use my words, I don't use my face. I don't, when I get angry, I don't use harsh words. I convey more words in a more supportive manner. So it all comes with training, my dear friends, because end of the day, social transformation is also about cultural and social relationships. How you are good at handling a bunch of people will decide what a great employee or employer or CEO or any path that you wish to take. It defines who you are only if you're able to be a proper team player, if you're able to communicate correctly, and more than anything else, if you're able to take one for the team. Let me give you one example from my own life in this. After I completed DRR ship, I took my profession very seriously. I used to work around 18, 19 hours a day, and sleep used to be very, very less. And it's only about the number of cases we win that mattered to me, because I had to make up for 1 year as DRR, which I got a little diverted. I had to bring my path back in place, and I had to ensure that my profession as a lawyer is solid. My name is solid. So I started working outstandingly well, and even if my boss asked me to go home, I'll be like, sir, Sunday, it's okay, I want to work, I want to get more done, all these things I was doing. And one fine day, we were four colleagues in the same associate cadre, three men and me. One guy, who I don't know which guy among the three, made a mistake where a case wasn't numbered. So let me tell you, between filing a case and you arguing the case as a lawyer, there is around 45-50 steps. Every section that the case file crosses, every process, there is around 40-50 steps. Only after that your case will come to court. It's not like movies where today the lawyer files a case and tomorrow morning that lawyer argues a case. No, there is a lot of things, a lot of people you need to satisfy saying your paperwork is correct. So it's a lot of steps. And one guy, my colleague, which of the three I don't know, made a mistake where the case did not get numbered, and boss blasted the four of us. Okay, and the moment boss left, the three boys started fighting among each other. They were saying, you made the mistake, this happened, that happened, all these nonsense they were doing. And I was just standing and watching. I didn't know after one point how to solve this, and I went and told, mistake is mine, now tell me how to correct it. Okay, because sometimes you have to take one for the team, and it was obviously I didn't make the mistake, and the three boys know that very well, but they just knew that there is a person who is willing to rise above to solve the problem instead of discussing the problem. That is social transformation, my dear friends, because what happened that day is, because the moment I went and told that I made the mistake, now you help me solve it, all three of them put their head together, kept aside their differences, found a solution, and brought the case before the court the next day. That's what end of the day matters. And a person who is culturally and socially and responsibly a part of every single thing that you do in your life, the important thing that you end up doing is you focus on the solution instead of worrying about the problem. That's what makes you an extraordinary person in your workplace, in your family, everywhere. Because girls, we're all growing up. We're all definitely on an average 10 or 12 years younger than me. So let me tell you, the important thing is, it's amazing to cry. It's amazing to display certain emotions, and it's most definitely liberating to express your thoughts the way it is. But the moment you're done with it, move on, go on, find your path, find your solution, move on from it. Don't keep meandering around that same problem, because why I'm saying this is a lot of great potential has gone wasted in women who have held on to one small part of their past which they could not let go. Even the mistake might have been on their part or not on their part. Nevertheless, if you make a mistake, don't punish yourself for the rest of your life. It happens. Okay, it really happens. And the moment you admit your mistake, the moment you apologize, it's over. Don't waste your time on the same thing that happened several hours ago. And the moment you move on from your mistake, the moment you make you do what is necessary to rectify it, move on and go on with a fresh new day. Because every day that you wake up with unnecessary thoughts about the previous day, you are not in a position to actually embrace that day's opportunities. Because carpe diem, my dear girls, it's extremely important to seize your day. Because let's do the math, okay? Let's just sit and do the math. The population of Chennai and the population of children of your age, and the population of how many of them are studying in college right now, and how many of them are actually trying to pursue the same career that you want to pursue. The numbers are alarming. And how will you be the person who is right for a job? How will you be the person who is right to start that particular business that you have in mind? Entrepreneurship, anything that you wish to do. How will you be the perfect person to do that? The only way is developing your skills, developing your team, developing that team bonding ability, where even if you're put in a situation where you have to work with 10 people who are not that good friends for you, leave alone who are people who you don't even know that much, how can you bring out the best progress even in such a team? The important thing is to keep your personal indifferences away. Okay, when it comes to a work, when it comes to take this session for example, student council member coordinated with me, Rotaract member coordinated with me. Imagine if those two girls didn't get along. Imagine if those two girls don't coordinate with each other. Imagine this girl is running one path and this girl is running one path, and they have a lot of issues. I'm not saying there is. You girls are amazing. I'm only giving you an example. So imagine if that kind of miscommunication happens. All that will be left is chaos. Because the moment two people are not able to put aside their personal differences and they are not able to work for a greater cause, they have no job calling themselves leaders. If they are not in a position to leave aside all their personal judgments about a person and giving people benefit of doubt that yes, there is a chance that that person can be the perfect man for the job. And the moment you start seeing things laterally, that's when you become a fierce team player. Because friends, education with your principal and your correspondent and your faculty coordinators and your professors in this call, I will still say education is extremely important, but your academic knowledge will only take you that far. What will take you further than that is your people skills. Develop your people skills as much as you develop your academic knowledge, because only a well balanced diet of interpersonal skills and having the right communication skills and having the right academic skills all put together with the right opportunity, that is only called luck. Luck is nothing but opportunity meeting preparation. Prepare like your life depends on it when it comes to doing anything, and nothing can stop you from succeeding. Because end of the day, my dear girls, this being Women's Day week, all I want to say is that it is extremely important to encourage others. It's extremely important to motivate others. It's very, very, very important to support others if you want to be encouraged, motivated, and supported. Always give as much as possible. and you will start receiving in abundance. Because end of the day, you keep going around thinking, when are good things going to happen to me, when is all those the important things that I want going to happen to me. You don't do anything, you don't actually encourage anyone, and you expect everyone to be supportive to you. You expect to be the center of attraction when you have not given any kind of attention to anyone. That equation doesn't seem right, it does it? Because friends, I actually specialize in family court. I also specialize with regard to sexual harassment at workplace. I deal with labor laws. I deal with POXO cases. POXO cases is prevention of any kind of harassment towards minors. And more importantly, the kind of cases that I have dealt with, one thing that I see common in the last 5 years is that most of the difference of opinions and most of the ego clashes happen from the way a person speaks rather than what the person speaks. Okay, that is the last point that I wanted to convey today. There are, you might have a perfect heart, you might mean extremely well, you might not mean harm to anyone, but how you speak, your voice modulation, your choice of words, everything absolutely defines how a person is going to receive the information that you're giving. Because you can be extremely nice and at the same time you can sound extremely rude. And the moment you say something where you are put in a position for the rest of your life that you have to keep saying, that's not what I meant, that's not what I meant, it came out wrong, no, my intention was not that. The moment you have to start explaining your intention, you should remember that you have to work on your communication skills. Because half the problems in this world can be solved if you just know your voice modulation and if you know which words are the right words to use in which platform. The example that I want to give here is, recently I saw a friend of mine, a male friend, upload two girls' photo on Instagram. Okay, uploaded two girls, and I know that both the girls are his best friends. Uploaded a photo and said, "My favorite." I'm sorry with regard to the seniors in this call, but there are certain things that only we can convey to each other. So I want to say this. Uploaded this picture and said, "My favorite bitches." BITCHES. Okay, and both the girls shared those photos also in their page. And the moment I saw that, first I wanted to ignore it. I really wanted to ignore it. But subsequently, one thought occurred to me. See, you guys might trust each other as best friends. And I'm not a person who believes that friendship is not possible between men and women. I am a person who solidly believes that between friendship and a relationship, there are 1,000 different ways you can call two people when what they share. I completely am all in for all kinds of friendships, no problem. But there is an amount of respect that you have to give each other in social media, which the moment you stop giving, you're giving license for everyone else to disrespect you, which is wrong. And the moment you permit another friend of yours to call you like that in social media, whoever is following that friend easily has access to call you the same thing, because you thought it's okay to let someone call you that way in a social media profile. It's as simple as that. So I'm not saying don't trust your friends, but know where to draw the line. The important thing is, and again, I'm not the kind of person who says the moment you start being extra careful, nothing wrong will happen to you. No, I'm a person who solidly believes that boys should be educated on how to treat women, and women should be educated on how to command and demand respect in every walk of life. I'm a person who stands right in the middle, that every gender has to be educated. I'm not saying any gender knows better. I'm the last person who will come and say that women are better than men. No, we are better at multitasking. Let's just do that very well. We are equals. We are definitely at par. Any job that a man can do, a woman can do. And it's high time that we are paid exactly the same amount as every other man in the same job. All that I'm all in. But when it comes to trusting your friends, and when it comes to the emotions that you, the emotions that you feel when you get when a very trustworthy person disappoints you. These are the things that make women fall very, very deep. So it's extremely important to practice detached attachments, my dear friends, because end of the day, if you have the right amount of detachment and the right amount of attachment to every friend and every colleague and every classmate and every person from every walk of life, always have that limit where the mutual respect is maintained, because falling in love is part of living, falling out of love is part of living too. But definitely putting self respect and putting your needs ahead of everyone else is a prime priority. And the moment you put self respect as the yardstick, no girl will ever say the dreaded words which I hate to hear, when they act like a maniac, when they act stupid, when they act like, when women act in such a way that they give a bad name to all other women and they say, I did it out of fear of losing you. I only acted crazy because I was scared of losing you. Please lose that person. It's okay. Please don't lose your self respect for that. Your self respect and your self esteem is way more important than any other person's opinion about you. In, for that matter, any other person's presence in your life. So don't ever compromise on your quality. Don't ever compromise on your self respect to achieve anything in life. Because, friends, life is extremely too short. The last 2 years in this pandemic, if it taught us anything, you never know what is going to happen tomorrow. So, focus on yourself, focus on developing your skills, focus on developing your family relations. Don't be the girl who your parents are constantly worrying about. Be the girl your parents are super proud of. I know exactly what my daughter is doing. I know what my daughter is capable of doing. I know my daughter's talent. I know my daughter is trustworthy. Not, oh my God, if I speak this to my daughter, she's going to shout at me. If I say this to my daughter, she's going to shout at me. And if I say this in public, she's going to make me feel embarrassed. Don't ever be that daughter if you are already. Because there is nothing more important than your parents and your family, my dear friends. Because definitely this is something that I have to address. And our parents, most of them, they got old together, they got old, they had some illness, or in fact the only thing that could kill them was a fall after they turned 80 or 90 or something. But our parents, they are in that age where Alzheimer's and all other psychological issues are becoming very, very prevalent in them. You know why? Because they don't have opportunities to share their stories the way their parents had. Children are no longer interested in the stories of their parents. We go out, we enjoy the day, we take our time, we take our own sweet time coming home, we enjoy our life with our friends, everything. Yes, the moment we come home, what is for dinner? Oh yeah, I need some money. If these are the only conversations you're having with your parents, in what way is it fair? Spend time with your family, spend time with your grandparents. Sit and ask your father about his childhood stories. Ask about your father's childhood crush. It might be a very interesting story for you. Talk to your mom about all the things that she wants to talk about. Ask her about how her pregnancy days were. Ask her about how difficult it was to raise you as a child. What kind of a child were you? Ask your grandparents' stories. Ask your uncles and aunts' stories about your parents and come and talk to your parents about it. You will be surprised at how much you have not explored till now, because these are the things which make you fierce, my dear friends. Because you don't need to look for social media and you don't need to look for superheroes to come and give you motivation. The greatest superheroes are your parents in your house, who have been through phenomenal things and who have emerged strong to make you the strong person that you are today. So ensure that every amount of free time that you have, you're focusing on your parents, you're focusing on getting stories about your own family and using it to become more fierce in your life. Because the more social media, the amount of social media that you have, that is taking advantage of who you are and your needs, it's alarming, my dear friends. Always don't give social media so much of attention in your life. Because when you wake up in the morning, for example, at least half an hour, you cannot look at your phone. That is something you definitely have to follow. And because when you wake up, the first thing you do is you either wake up to NDTV News. Let me not even say that you wake up to Facebook or Instagram. Let me say you're waking up to NDTV News. You girls are fabulous. Okay. But that NDTV News can wait for half an hour. Okay. You can read it from the newspaper if you want. And the moment you start, you don't stop with NDTV News, right? You go into Instagram. You have to look at stories. You have to look at who is where. Very nice. You have to keep in touch with your friends. No problem. But what do you do after that? You start looking at reels. You'll start looking at least 100 different Pushpa song videos in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu. Okay, first that Samantha song will come, then that Rasmika song will come, and all those will come in different languages. Next, you will see that all these songs are danced by 10,000 people in this world who you will never meet, and you will see all of them dancing for it. Okay, then you will start reading Bollywood celebrity problems, relationship problems. Please go talk to your own family members and ask what problems they have first. Then you can worry about what is happening in Deepika Padukone's life or what is happening in all the other heroines' lives. Because the moment you feed nonsense like this in your brain the first thing in the morning, how do you expect your day to be productive? Let me just give you an alternative idea. Okay, wake up in the morning, go look at the mirror and tell, I love you. Look at the mirror and say, you're a beautiful girl. Look at the mirror and say, I believe in you. And speak to yourself. It's not a mental behavior, believe me. Okay, it's actually a very healthy behavior. You look at yourself and you give yourself the right motivation. Brush your teeth, do your morning duties, go out, speak to your family, then go look at your phone. And first thing, set an alarm clock for yourself, which is not your cell phone. Okay, because your phone is your alarm clock, your phone is your music player, your phone is your TV, your fridge, grinder, everything your phone can become right now. So don't let one gadget rule your life, and spend at least an hour away from that gadget. That is what social transformation is all about, my dear friends. It's about utilizing time wisely. So summing up everything that I just told you, ensure that you focus on your flaws and you make your flaws your most appealing factor about yourself. Because at this juncture, I will definitely tell you, my greatest flaw was the fact that I could not be a good public speaker. When you put me in front of the mic, I used to run away. I could dance for 2 hours, but I could not speak for 2 minutes. If I had kept that as a flaw and if I had hidden that from the rest of the world, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to come and speak to you today. So you never know when, if you focus on your flaw, that flaw might just become your greatest strength. And from there, focus on supporting each other, encouraging each other, motivating each other. Criticism is not the only thing a person is capable of doing. Criticism also can be polite. And definitely, you can think that your friend can take all the nonsense that you say, but your friend might just be a little more fragile, and the words you use might just make a big difference in that person's life. So choose to be kind, choose to be extra considerate, and learn how to be a good team player. Learn to increase your communication skills to the greatest level possible. And last but not the least, focus on family. Focus on time to give that to your family, which you cannot compromise on. Because all these put together only ensures that you're surrounded by positive energy. All these put together will only ensure that you have the right vibrations around you to make you fierce, to make you incomparable when it comes to an opportunity. Because the opportunity that is knocking on your door is not just knocking on your door, it's knocking on several other people's doors. And you might open the door at the right time, but you might not be in the right mindset to take that opportunity. So always be prepared, because as I said before, luck is nothing but opportunity meeting preparation. Prepare for your window of opportunity, and definitely you will be the right person for the right job in the future. Develop yourself, develop people around you, have a good social presence, be a nice human being, be extra kind. You will not fail in anything if you're extra kind, because the world will be extremely kind to you the moment you start spreading positive energy. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. It has been an honor and privilege to kickstart Women's Day celebration with you all. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I wish you all the very best in all your endeavors in life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a very useful session and much knowledgeable session. As always, you rocked it, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming and gracing this occasion for us today on this for our Women's International Women's Day. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I call upon vote of thanks. A grateful heart is a magnet of miracles. Now I request Padmini, second BCS General Secretary, to give the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Student Council of Guru Shri Shanti Vijay Jain College for Women and the Rotaract Club of our college, I, Padmini Suthar, uh, feel honored to deliver the vote of thanks. Firstly, I thank the Almighty God for His blessings. I thank our principal, ma'am, Dr. M.K. Malati, for guiding and supporting us. Thank you, ma'am. I thank our Honorable Secretary and Correspondent, Sir, Dr. Gautam P. Ved, for motivating us. Thank you, sir. My special thanks to our today's guest of honor and speaker, Srimati Subhadra M. Karthik, ma'am, for making our event meaningful by sharing her knowledge and views on some very crucial topics. Thank you so much, ma'am. I thank the faculty coordinators of the Student Council and the Rotaract Club members for giving us this opportunity to conduct the event. I thank all the audience for joining us. I thank all the coordinators who have worked hard to make this event a success. I once again thank everyone. Thank you. Kindly raise for the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय जय मंगल दायक जय हे